Healthy streams and rivers are an indicator of healthy land and effectiveness of stewardship. Only healthy rivers can produce the values that we want, such as clean water for drinking, healthy fishing, and healthy riparian zones for waterlife and habitat. Both the land and water use planning and management are required to ensure that what happens on our land does not cause problems for our river.
The Kamathare River is a robust river flowing from the Laurentia wetlands, where it is known as the Kibagare River. In its natural state, with flourishing flora and fauna, bursting with animal and bird activity. The course of the flowing river is disrupted by a series of establishments reappearing in small canalized channels. This is the flow of the river under roads, houses, commercial complexes, until it resurfaces as the Kamathare River along First Parklands Avenue. The river flows alongside residential houses, serving as an outlet for household effluent, a water source for street families, a dumping site for small-scale businesses, and a source of water for small-scale irrigation.
Numerous residential and commercial establishments have been erected along the river's course at the expense of the river. We spoke to the Director of Physical Planning, Mr. Augustine Masinde, who had this to say.
Now, a number of buildings along that river were identified to have violated the riparian reserve. And what we did was to come up with an intervention, because responsibility for rehabilitation, development control normally lies under the law, it lies with the city government. My department deals with plan preparation and advisory. We initiated intervention, and we started requiring all the developers who had violated the riparian reserve to remove their developments. And now, to make sure that all those developments are removed. As it is now, we are in contact with the city government to come up with a program of removing all the developments that have violated the riparian reserves. And we are also working with the Water Resources Management Authority, because it is their business for them to become more robust and more effective in ensuring that anything that touches on the rivers, on wetlands and the lakes in a manner that is adversarial to its natural form, that's removed. Now, coming to small businesses that we have cited, in the first place, they are not even supposed to be operating from there. They are being sited along the river to the extent that they are discharging garbage and liquid waste directly to the river. It's a violation. Yeah? They shouldn't be there in the first place. And if they have to be there, they can only be there within a framework of a properly designed layout that allows activities to take place without injuring the environment. NEMA has been issuing environmental licenses which permit people to carry out developments without getting proper recommendation or advice from what are called the agencies, the lead agencies.
I said NEMA is like it consolidates all the views of the people to make a decision. And once probably the Minister of Lands have said this, or another person has said this, and it's justifiably so, NEMA cannot take a decision. And if it takes a decision, NEMA will not take, maybe avoid that kind of comment. What it does, if it's something that can mitigate it, If it's something that can be mitigated as a condition, we put in the license condition.
When you have institutions that are supposed to be dealing with more or less the same subject, but which operate in a manner that is competitive, where you create a recipe for chaos and ineffectiveness. In other parts of the world, people belong to the cities and are very proud of the cities, and they'll do anything to protect and champion the interest of the cities. That's what we are lacking here. Ours is a dualism. You have one lake in the city, you have another one in the village, where you only go to bury and properly get buried. So attitude change is critical, both on the part of the public institutions involved and also on the part of the citizenry.
Ah, yes, this is where it originates from. Loresho. So they start in Loresho with residential houses.
Going down. As you can see, they're all going that direction. They meet down through the city park into Kamathare and go down. And then we have these others which come from this side of Kamathare, through industrial area.
Access. You talked about access. I can agree with you. That's a major challenge, not only for just the public access, even the regulators like us. Because when we are inspecting the river, we need to go through the river and see how it is. You go find people are fenced up to the river, and they have put some dogs. If you go to Lavington, Karen, that's the kind of situation. The dogs are just next there. So even an inspector, when he's passing, he cannot close that particular that area. Then when you try even to access these people, there is nobody during the day. That has given us a big problem. And whenever we have probably inquired why they are fencing up to the river, you see, they say their title. Actually, the title, if you look at the survey, is the title. Your title gives you land up to the middle of the river. That's what the beacon or the name is. There are some parameters which we monitor that you have to meet before you discharge into the environment. The parameters that you need to meet when you're discharging direct the environment are a bit stricter than the ones discharging to the public sewer line, because it's anticipated that the sewer company will be treating that further to meet what we are calling the environment standards. NEMA does impromptu checks sometimes to verify that whatever you're sampling or whatever you're discharging is what exactly you're telling us. There's an offense if you give us misleading information on that. The vision of NEMA is to have these water bodies, water resource restored back to as close as it was before. It's a huge challenge because of the urbanization and the lack of sewer networks in most of these towns. But the vision of really NEMA is to make sure that we restore the environment, be it the water bodies and the air, back to its original state.
The 6th schedule of the Water Resource Management Rules approves some of these activities, and they include temporary obstruction for construction, B, obstruction from surface water, C, effluent discharge being the disposal of waste into a water resource, among others. While the 7th schedule prohibits disposal of any form of waste within the riparian lands, our thoughts are that the power exercised by the regional office to permit such activities is counter-effective to the conservation of the water resource.
And mine is Kenya, so warm and wild and free. You'll always stay with me here in my heart. My land is Kenya, right from your highlands to the sea. You'll always stay with me here in my heart, here in my heart. Only got one childhood and the memory that springs when you see your house, the tree you climbed, and all those precious things. The faces of the friends I had, the images that form. When I close my eyes in the land I love, the land where I was born. My land is Kenya, so warm and wild and free. You'll always stay with me here in my heart. My land is Kenya, right from your highlands to the sea. You'll always stay with me here in my heart, here in my heart. My land is Kenya, right from your highlands to the sea. You'll always stay with me here in my heart, here in my heart.